The cold metal cuffs were tight around Ethan's wrists. The air smelled like dust, rust, and fear. A dim blue light blinked above him, showing cracks in the old alien prison walls. He had been awake for only a few minutes, but one thing was already clear: he was not alone. A soft breath came from his left. He turned his head. A woman, tall, silver-skinned, glowing marks on her cheeks, sat chained beside him. Her hair fell like liquid iron, shining even in the weak light. She looked weak, but her eyes were sharp, almost too sharp. They watched him with a strange mix of relief and warning. Before Ethan could speak, the ground shook. Boom! Dust fell from the ceiling. A low alarm echoed across the corridors. Something powerful was moving inside the prison. And whoever or whatever it was, it did not sound friendly. Ethan tried to pull at the cuffs. Where are we? What is happening? The woman's voice was calm, but there was tension in it. My name is Lyria. And you, human, have been captured by the Dravik lords. They feed on life energy. They take prisoners. They drain them. That was all Ethan needed to hear. His heartbeat raced. Another boom shook the walls. Then Lyria leaned closer, too close. Her warm breath touched his ear. You need to listen, she whispered. There is only one way for us to escape alive. Ethan turned his head and met her bright, silver eyes. Lyria whispered slowly, almost afraid of the words herself. We must bond. A mating bond. Only that will break these chains. Ethan stared at her, shocked. What kind of place was this? Lyria continued softly. These cuffs read our energy. Alone, we are weak. Together, our joint energy can break them. But a bond only forms through physical closeness. Very close. Intimate. She looked away, embarrassed. The chains rattled again as the floor vibrated. Something roared in the hall. Ethan swallowed hard. And if we don't? Lyria closed her eyes. Then the Dravik will take us. And they do not leave anything behind. The tension in the cell grew thick and heavy. More alarms screamed in the distance. This was not a joke. This was survival. The bond. Ethan took a long breath. Okay, tell me what to do. Lyria opened her eyes again, surprised. You accept? I want to live, Ethan whispered. And I want you to live too. For the first time, Lyria gave a small smile. A sad one. You are brave for a human. They moved closer. The chains gave them only a little space, but it was enough. Lyria placed her forehead gently against Ethan's. A warm pulse spread through Ethan's body. Lyria gasped softly. Good, it is starting. Their cuffs glowed faintly. She placed her hands on his chest, feeling for his heartbeat. Humans have strong hearts, she whispered. We need that strength. Ethan felt their energy mixing, light and heat flowing between them. His chain hummed. Lyria closed her eyes, focusing. Now, hold me. He wrapped his arms around her, pulling her close. The warmth grew stronger. Their cuffs glowed brighter. Then, crack! One of the metal cuffs snapped open. Lyria gasped and looked down. It is working. But before they could celebrate, a shadow appeared at the door. A huge alien guard, at skin like stone, face like a skull, for burning red eyes, stood there holding an electric spear. He roared. Ethan froze. Lyria hissed under her breath. He is a Dravik guard. If he reaches us, we die. The guard rushed toward them. Lyria whispered urgently. Ethan, finish the bond. If you don't, the chain will not break. I'm trying. Ethan held her tighter, their energy rising again, hotter, brighter, stronger. The cuffs were vibrating now. The guard raised his spear. Ethan shut his eyes and pulled Lyria fully into the bond. Crack, boom. The remaining cuff exploded, and both chains shattered like glass. Ethan and Lyria fell forward, free at last. Lyria grabbed his hand. Run! The escape! They sprinted out of the cell, alarms screaming through the halls. The prison lights flickered red. This way! Lyria shouted. Ethan followed her through a narrow metal corridor with broken pipes and old alien symbols carved on the walls. Why did they capture you? He asked between breaths. Lyria didn't look back. I have rare energy. Royal energy. The Dravik want to drain it and become stronger. And why did they capture me? Lyria finally looked at him with sadness in her eyes. Humans have something the Dravik fear, unpredictable will. They cannot control it. Before Ethan could respond, another guard blocked their way. Lyria grabbed Ethan's arm. Trust me. She pressed her glowing palm to the wall. A secret door opened with a hiss. They slipped inside. The chamber was dark, cold, and filled with strange alien machinery. What is this place? Ethan whispered. A forgotten escape route. From the old wars. Lyria touched a control panel. If the power still works, we can reach the surface. She pressed another switch. Nothing happened. She sighed. We must restart the core. How? She pointed to a large platform. We need to stand together again. Join our energy, like before. Ethan stepped beside her. Let's do it. She placed her hand in his. A soft glow spread across the room. The platform lit up. More, Lyria whispered. Give me more of your strength. Ethan focused, thinking of survival, of freedom, of Lyria's trembling hand in his. The energy pulsed. The walls shook. Then. Vroom. The chamber lit up with bright blue power. Lyria gasped. Yes. It's working. The platform beneath them started rising. Slowly, then faster. They were ascending through a long metal tunnel toward the surface. The Dravik Lord. Halfway up, the lift jerked. Stopped. Then something heavy landed on the platform from above. A tall figure stepped into the light. Huge. Armored. 4 eyes glowing brighter than the guards. Lyria froze. Her voice cracked. That is the Dravik Lord. Their leader. The Dravik Lord spoke in a deep rumbling voice. Return the girl. The human may leave. Ethan clenched his fists. She's not going anywhere with you. The Lord growled. You bonded with her. She is mine to drain. Ethan stepped in front of Lyria. You want her? You go through me. The Dravik Lord laughed. A human? Weak. Breakable. Lyria held Ethan's arm. Ethan, you cannot win against him. Maybe not, he said. But I'm not leaving you. Lyria's eyes softened. The Dravik Lord lifted his massive claw. Before he could strike, Ethan reached for Lyria's hand again. Lyria, our bond. Can it do more? She understood instantly. Yes, if we push our energy to the limit together. Then let's do it. They closed their eyes, gripping each other tightly. Energy exploded from them, gold from Ethan, silver from Lyria. The Dravik Lord roared, stumbling back. The lift shook violently. Their combined energy burned brighter, hotter, stronger. The Lord tried to push through it. His armor cracked. His 4 eyes flickered. Then. Boom. A massive blast of light threw him off the lift and down the dark shaft. Silence. Ethan opened his eyes. Did we kill him? Lyria shook her head. He is alive. But weakened. And far away. The platform resumed rising. The surface. The lift broke through the final layer of rock and opened into a bright alien sky, 2 suns, purple clouds, and wide red plains stretching to the horizon. Ethan stepped out, breathing fresh air for the first time in hours. Lyria stood beside him, looking at the sky with relief. "We are free." Ethan smiled softly. "Because of the bond?" Lyria looked into his eyes, her silver gaze warm now. "Yes. And because of you." Ethan scratched the back of his neck awkwardly. "So, what happens now?" She touched his hand gently. "The bond between us is real now. It does not fade. We are connected, energy to energy, soul to soul." Ethan blinked. "Forever?" Lyria nodded slowly. "Forever." She smiled, a real, bright smile this time. And forever is not such a long time when shared with someone brave. Ethan smiled back. Far below them, the prison alarms still screamed. But up here, under 2 suns, they stood free together, linked by fate, danger, and a bond neither of them expected.